Today on Extraordinary Explained, Divine Power Bestowal. Imagine being able to grant someone the strength to move mountains, the wisdom of the ages, or the ability to command lightning. Not just any powers, divine ones. What would you do with such an extraordinary gift? Who would you choose to empower? The answers might surprise you. Divine Power Bestowal is the extraordinary ability to grant divine powers to another being. It's important to note that this isn't deification. You're not turning someone into an actual god. Rather, you're bestowing godlike abilities while they remain fundamentally mortal. Think of it as giving someone access to a divine toolkit without giving them ownership of the workshop. This ability goes by several names across different cultures. Divine power granting, or sacred power bestowal being the most common. Throughout history, stories tell of chosen mortals receiving extraordinary gifts from higher beings, from prophets who could perform miracles to champions wielding divine strength against impossible odds. So what exactly can a wielder of divine power bestowal do? The possibilities are vast. They can grant any form of divine power, from supernatural strength and immortality to divine wisdom and cosmic awareness. They could bestow the ability to heal with a touch, command elements, or even peer into other realms of existence. The scope is limited only by the bestower's own divine connection and power level. How might someone acquire this extraordinary ability? Theoretically, one would need to either be born with an innate connection to divine forces, or forge such a connection through extreme dedication, ritual, or being chosen by a deity. Ancient texts speak of oracles, high priests, and divine messengers who served as conduits between gods and mortals, capable of passing celestial blessings to the worthy. Let's consider the practical applications. Imagine a world where divine power bestowal exists. Medical emergencies, grant someone temporary divine healing powers. Natural disaster, bestow weather control to mitigate the damage. But it goes deeper than crisis management. You could create champions of justice with divine powers to protect the innocent, or found a legacy of powered individuals working together as guardians of humanity. But such power comes with profound ethical implications. Would you bestow divine abilities only upon those who meet certain moral criteria? What happens if someone misuses their granted powers? The bestower bears responsibility for their choices. And what of the psychology of the recipient? How does suddenly wielding godlike power change a person's perspective, values, and sense of self? This power is closely related to several other extraordinary abilities. Divine empowerment and divine infusion are similar, but involve more temporary boosts rather than permanent bestowal. It's also associated with concepts like artificial godhood and imbued godhood, which involve more fundamental transformations. The difference is crucial. With divine power bestowal, the recipient remains essentially human despite their incredible abilities. Like all powers, divine power bestowal has its limitations. The most significant is its vulnerability to divine power negation, abilities that can cancel or nullify godly powers. Additionally, we might speculate that the bestower can only grant powers within their divine domain or understanding, and the process likely requires significant energy or preparation. Some ancient texts suggest rituals taking days or requiring rare celestial alignments. Throughout mythology and folklore, we find examples that mirror this concept. The oracles of Delphi, believed to channel Apollo's powers of prophecy to selected individuals. Or consider the concept of divine champion selection, where a deity chooses a mortal representative and grants them a portion of their power to act in the physical realm. These traditions exist across nearly every culture with a pantheon of gods. Divine power bestowal represents one of the most profound forms of influence one being can have over another. The ability to elevate someone beyond mortal limitations. If you possess this extraordinary ability, who would you choose to receive divine powers? What responsibilities would you place upon them? What divine abilities would best serve our troubled world? Think about it. The power to create heroes is perhaps the greatest power of all. If you like this video and would want to see more, please like, share, and make sure to hit that bell icon so that YouTube knows that you want to see more.